Hi, my name is Ann Campbell. I work at the Yonkers Riverfront Library in the Reference Department, and this class is Introduction to PowerPoint. So let's share the screen and get started. Go. Okay, so this is the default. PowerPoint came up right away with the first slide. Now, PowerPoint, as one of my coworkers dubbed it, is Microsoft Word on steroids, because it's more powerful than just plain old Microsoft Word. Anybody who remembers the overhead projectors from school days, where you had the light shining on the plastic sheet with things written on it, and you put each sheet on the machine so you could view it off of, view it on the wall or what have you. Well, this is the computerized version of that. So this is PowerPoint, and the first slide that came up is asking for add title and click to add subtitle. Now, this is kind of boring. It's just plain old white. It would be nice to choose a design and a theme. So, if you go to your Design tab, we're on the Home tab right now. Here's your Design tab. Let's see. There's different designs, and not just this down-facing arrow, but see this down-facing arrow with the line over it? Look at all these different choices. And when you hover your mouse over them, you can see what it's going to look like before you actually do anything. So I'm going to pick this one. And there are some slight variants over here. Again, that down-facing arrow. I could pick the dark one. I could pick this. Change colors. All kinds of things. But I think I'll just stick with this for now. Okay? Now if I click the save icon, I can save it on the desktop. And I'll just write. Okay, so now it says it's PowerPoint ABC, which are my initials. So we chose a design, we chose a theme. All right, so now in click to add title, if you click here, now let's just check something. Whenever I teach these classes, you'll see the question mark there. There's this button. We don't want to auto hide the ribbon, that's scary. Show tabs without what the tabs do? No. And it's right next to the minimize button, so people sometimes click that by mistake. Okay, so that's everything right there. So in here, I just clicked. This is a text box. You're going to type, enjoy vacation getaway. Now let's say you're just not too happy with that. It's too large. Go back to your Home tab, highlight everything. You can make it smaller. You could change the font's style if you want. Otherwise, I'll just keep that. You could change the color. Okay, and now you're going to click to add a subtitle. All right, and I feel like this is too small. I'm going to highlight it, make it a little larger. Change the color. Okay. Now, how do you put in a new slide? The easiest way is not the insert and then find new slide. No, the least amount of clicks is usually the easiest. So we're on the Home tab. Under new slide, see that down-facing arrow? Click on that. And the next slide that we want is title and content, which is right next to the title slide. Click on title and content, okay? So now we're going to put a title over here. As you can see, I could click here to add text. And just to let you know ahead of time, it's a table. That's Microsoft Word. Chart, that's Excel. That's SmartArt Graphic. Pictures from your computer, online, and audio and video. Just to give you a shout out for what's over there. But we want to put in text, okay? So here's a dot. That's my default. There's a dot because it's going to show, let's see. That's going to be for the bullets and numbering. Okay, so the first one is 7 days. 6. Hit the enter key. I want to tab to indent it. I'll tab once. See, it fixed the word mounted. I want to bring the tab back out to in line with 7 days. You do shift and tab at the same time. So usually I put my thumb on the word on the keyboard shift, keep it pressed, then I hit tab. See how it came back? Tab. Here. I'm going to do shift and tab. Looks like it doesn't fit, huh? See how it's shrinking it as I'm typing away? Okay, so that's that one. All right, so let's say we want to play around with some of these bullets and numbering. How do we do that? First of all, you have to highlight everything, otherwise you're only going to change one item. Again, we're on the Home tab. Look very carefully. Font style, size. Look over here. Bullets. Click that arrow. Look at this. Now they're circles. See what it is behind it? They're boxes, check marks. Make it whatever you want. Let's see what else we can do. Let's go to the numbering and change it to numbers. That was the one right next to it. There's the down arrow. But let's say you want to keep it. Let's go back to this, circles. If you go back to the second one and click on bullets and numbering down here, look at that. You can change the color. So now they're more of a brown than a green. You could change the size. Where was that again? Under bullets and numbering. It's hard to tell, but they're a little bit bigger. I'm going to show you how you can make one of these a tiny little icon. Let's just highlight that one. Go back here, bullets and numbering. You see it there. We've got a bullet over here. Look at this picture. Click on picture. It can do a Bing image search. Let's say flower, because we're in springtime now. And we want a simple little flower. Let's see. Let's try this. I click on that and say insert. There's the flower. I'm not sure you really are going to do that with your bullets and numbering, but it's always worth playing around with it. Bullets and numbering. You can change it and make it even larger. So you don't want a complicated picture if you're doing that. Now it's much larger. Okay, so that's bullets and numbering, or picture. Now we want to put in a new slide. Okay, this time you do the new slide, down arrow, to content. That's the one you're choosing. Right here at the title, let's put maybe you want this to be colored. Change that. Okay, so we're not adding text, we're putting in pictures. This is if you take a picture from your computer. You don't have any, okay? So I'm not going to go in and put a picture. But if there was one, if you saved it on your computer, you can put it in right from there. Otherwise, let's go to online. This will work very similar. And don't worry about the click to add text. That will go away after you put the picture in. Bing image search. So let's say beach sunset, just for fun. That one, insert. Okay, so now let's come down here, pick another picture. Let's say hotel pool, something. One, say insert. Now some of these pictures don't always work, but we got lucky in this case. All right, so let's try to resize these so they both look the same. If you grab the wall, well, this is just going to slide it around. See, you don't want to do that. See that line? A very faint line. Make sure it's aligned. You want to grab it from, not the wall, because that's going to distort it. Grab it from a corner. Okay. Now, we happen to be in picture tools. Look at this, frames. Let's go to the first one. There's a frame, or I could do that frame, or this down arrow. This kind of frame. Do this. I could rotate it, see up here? Okay, what else? Artistic effects. Reset the picture, color. I'm not going to do all of those. We're going to just play with artistic effects a little bit. And that won't let me do it. Look at that, I made it black and white. You don't want that. If you're not happy with that, do back out. There we go. Okay. So let's see, picture border. Doing picture border weight, making it a little thicker. See that black picture border, or maybe change it to a blue color. I'll leave that. And we're under format. There's also, let's see, not there. All right, this is zoomed, so I can't really see everything coming up. But there is a way to do like a fill color. Ah, there we go. I came back in here. Now you see a different set of commands. Shape fill. Watch this. I just filled the text field with some color. Maybe I want a shape outline for that. Picked red. Maybe I want it a little thicker. There's the weight. See? And if you're not happy with that picture, you can just get rid of it. You can add any new picture. Let's see. Something else. Insert. Okay, maybe frame that out a little bit. Shrink it down a little. Okay, it's saved. A little bit of work. Okay, let's put in one more slide. We're going to do insert. No, we're not going to do insert. That's just too much work. Do the new slide, down facing arrow, title and content. And up here, you're going to do online. Type whatever you want. Put that one in. So there you go. Now let's say you want to give credit to whoever took that picture. So click on insert and there's text box. All right, we're on the insert tab. Slide your eye along to the right. There's text box. See how it looks like a sword? Just kind of draw something like that. Doesn't matter what the size is. Picture taken from daily.com. There, give credit where credit's due, right? Now, if you want to shrink this down a little, you want to get fancy and fill that with color, you could. You want to fill this with color, just to be different. Maybe you wanted to change that, make it colorful. Okay. So we now have 4 slides. So how do we navigate around? One quick way to change the order. Yeah, I'm just grabbing them, changing the order. What's another way? Page up, page down. Well, that's just to go through all of them. Down, down. Scroll bar here to the right. Let's see. Down below, this is normal view. See where my mouse just went? Down below. Slide sorter, right there. Move things around that way. Now it's in the original way. What's the next one? Reading view. You're like, oh no, how do I get back to where I was? You hit the escape key, it comes back. Not to worry. Okay, what's another way to view? Right, hold on. There we go. View. This is normal. Here's outline. Let's see something here. Ah, so this is just the outline without all the pictures. Back to slide sorter. Notes page. Let's do that. You want to add notes? All right, you can barely see my screen, right? Come back down to the right here. Let's make this a little larger. All right, so this looks like one of the last slides. Now, you may want to type in notes and you're not sharing them with everybody else. That's just for your own knowledge. So you have it printed out and you're looking at it on your own computer or your own handout. Okay, let's see. Package includes. Type any old thing there. If I have something in each one or not. All right, so I have notes showing up there. We don't deal with slide master, handout master, or notes master, okay? We just don't. All right. When we teach this in Tech Central, we're projecting an image where we're sitting at the computer, we have a screen behind us, and we have a third screen. So some of the things that you can do with PowerPoint, you can't when we're teaching the class. But there is a way to just slideshow and use presenter view where I just can see one thing on the screen and you'll see something on the other screen. But because when we're in the library, the image is being projected in 3 separate places, I can't do that. So let's see. That's if I click, and I'll show you in a moment. I just have to get to the slideshow tab. Sorry, it's a Zoom taping and it won't let me see it. So let's shrink this down a little bit. Slideshow. See? Use presenter view. Well, you can't really do that when we're in the library, but that is available. So let's come back up here. So you want to do a slideshow. Watch this from the beginning. And with the mouse click or the enter key, it can go one slide at a time. And that's it. Hit enter or escape, you come out. Okay. That's that. Let's say, now when we teach PowerPoint 1 versus PowerPoint 2, we usually show transitions first and then animations. But I've learned if you want to advance with the mouse click versus just do it automatically, you say apply to all. If you set in a transition from one slide to another, all these different fancy transitions, it's going to forget them. So when you get more familiar with PowerPoint, do the animations first, then go to transitions. So let's go to the very first slide. Here's the first slide. Let's make that a little larger. We don't want to view the notes page. So let's jump back to, I can actually come normal view. Oh, it's still showing the notes. That's all right. I'm going to get rid of that in a moment. View normal. Okay, Oh, here we go. I had to click on notes one more time to get rid of it. And it was right over here. See, it wasn't over here, notes page. It was normal, and the notes was over here. Okay, so I'm going to do a slideshow thing again. Let me show you. This is very hard to see. I can barely see it, but in the bottom left corner, you can go slide to slide, left to right, just like you're going on the internet. And right there where my mouse is, I can write all over this. I can change the color. I can change it to a highlighter. You can also erase it if you want. Oops, there we go. Now let's say I've done that to highlight stuff. Watch, I'm gonna go slow. Do I want to keep my ink annotations? No, you don't want to keep that. What if like a toddler got to your screen and started scribbling all over it? Discard. See, it's all gone. So we're good. All right. I will show you transitions. So I'll put the first one in. Now, this is transition tab. See this down arrow, all these different choices? There's 2. There's 3. Now here's 4. Okay. And see, advance on a mouse click. So let's do slideshow again from the beginning. And you'll see there are little stars next to it. See? That means that you put in your transitions. But it's advancing on a mouse click. And that is slide transitions. Now, there are different ways to set this up. Oh, one last thing. Let's do a slideshow again. There's a way to show the laser pointer. You hit the mouse and the control key at the same time. There's your laser pointer. I want to forget showing you that. Okay. If you wanted to do this, let's see, slideshow transitions. I'm going to do like after 3 seconds. Let's say 2 seconds. Not mouse click. Apply to all. Now I can do a slideshow from the beginning. I can just sit back and it'll do its thing. All right. And that's the end. Hit the escape key, come back here. Now, the PowerPoint 2 class would show you how to put in other things besides pictures. It would show you animations. I'll just give a little quick shout out for that. It animates each segment. We were doing transitions one slide at a time. See? Yeah. And you can just do a quick preview of that slide. See? See how that bounces in? And that flew in. Now, if you're going to save it, I've been saving it automatically. Let me show you how it's been getting saved. Save as desktop. PowerPoint presentation, see? There's another way to go in PowerPoint show, where if you want to keep the actual show and just have it run automatically, that uses up a few more megabytes than a regular one. Okay, so let's just get out of there. And that is the class. That is PowerPoint 1. So let's unshare it. There. Share. And thank you. That is PowerPoint 1. Take care.